guys, this is Matthew Scooby. Welcome back to my channel. So I've been a little busy. It's 3 a.m. where I'm currently at. So before I head off to bed, after I just got done finishing some of my videos, I wanted to talk about something that no one seems to be talking about as related to The Last Jedi. Now, I've already reviewed The Last Jedi 2 times, and in both of my reviews, I spoil the crap out of this movie. So if you don't want to be spoiled, just don't watch this video or the videos before that. But there's one thing I didn't mention that I thought other people were going to mention, but it seems like no one's really talking about it, and I find that kind of strange. Basically, what I want to address is what seems to be the sexual tension between Rey and Ben Solo. At first, I thought this was kind of weird. At first, because I was under the impression that they were maybe related, that they were maybe cousins or something, or maybe siblings. But now that's out the window. So I'm not sure if this bugs me or not. Like, it seems that the direction where this is going, it can go anywhere. The reason why I'm mentioning it and why it's so pivotal about the sexual tension between Ben Solo and Rey, because it might actually affect the plot to Episode 9. If Ben and Rey have this tension between each other, how is it going to affect Rey's decision in Episode 9? And I believe that this tension also affected their choices in Star Wars: The Last Jedi. Because there's a scene where they are having this link between them, because the whole movie, or at least half the movie, they're having this forced link between them, and they're able to talk to each other even though they're clear across the galaxy, but they're still able to talk to each other like they're in the same room. But there's this one scene where Rey reaches her hand out, so does Kylo Ren, and they touch each other. And I thought, like, I don't know, it was just me, but it seems like at that moment, they really wanted to bone. And this is hinted before, in the scene before, where Kylo Ren has his shirt off, and she goes, "Can you take off your shirt?" And I'm like, at that moment, I knew where they were going with this. And I'm just surprised that no one really seems to be talking about it, because it greatly affected Rey's choices in this movie. I believe that one of the reasons why Rey went to Kylo Ren, one of the reasons was because she believed that he can turn back to the good side. But at the same time, why was Rey so furious at Luke Skywalker for attempting to kill Kylo Ren in the first place? Because after what he did, he killed Han Solo, and he's clearly not all there, and he's clearly done some bad stuff. So I don't know really why she would be angry about that fact, if she doesn't know the whole story. I honestly don't think anyone should be angry at Luke, because Luke didn't seem to even want to kill Ben. He was conflicted. He didn't want to do it, but he knew he had to, because it seemed like the right thing to do, because the Force was telling him, this is what's going to happen in the future. So while I'm mentioning this, there has to be a logical reason on why Rey gets so angry at Luke for attempting to kill Kylo Ren. And I think one of the reasons is this supposed sexual tension between them. I don't think either of them want to admit it. I don't think Rey wants to admit it, but there is definitely something going on there. And I'm hoping more fans will talk about it, because I thought it was weird at first, because I thought they were maybe cousins, or that they were maybe brother and sister, or siblings in some sort of way. But it did affect Rey's decision in this movie. And I think in a way it affected Kylo Ren's decision, because Kylo Ren seemed to be loyal to Snoke. And when Kylo Ren is sitting there while Snoke is torturing Rey, and he's sitting there like he does want to, you can tell it on his facial expression, he does want to help her. He doesn't want her to die. So as soon as Kylo Ren picks up that lightsaber, you know he's not going to do it. I knew for a fact he wasn't going to kill Rey. Like, I was not surprised at all by his next decision. What I just didn't expect for what he actually did, which was kill Snoke. Yeah, definitely I didn't expect that. But yeah, you can tell that this tension between them, it's what affected their character choices in this arc. It affected Rey's decision to go help Ben. It affected Ben's decision to want to kill Snoke. Of course, also Kylo Ren, or Ben Solo had another intention to doing this. He obviously wanted to kill Snoke so he can take his place and take the First Order for himself. That's another, at least, intention that they had. Because both Kylo Ren and both Rey, they both had other reasons why they were doing the things they were doing. But at the same time, it's this tension between them that greatly affected the decisions in this movie. And it's going to affect their decisions in Episode 9. And I can't really predict how Episode 9 is going to go or how it's going to end. But I have a feeling that Rey is somehow going to attempt to coax Ben Solo into coming back to the good side, or at least vice versa with Ben Solo and Rey. What I think could possibly happen, and this is a possibility, that both Rey and Ben Solo accept the fact that there's both a good side to the light and the light side of the Force. Because the running theme to The Last Jedi is the Jedi's ways were flawed. And even Ben Solo thinks the Sith need to die out. The rebels need to die. Let them all die out. The only thing he just doesn't accept is maybe the First Order should die out. And I think Rey is going to be the guardian angel that's going to convince Ben to come back to the good side, to destroy the First Order. But I think in the end, both Rey and both Ben Solo are going to acknowledge that the Force simply just has a good side and a light side. There does not need to be a Sith. There does not need to be the Jedi. They could be one and the same. And I think that's what this movie, in a way, is foreshadowing. The Jedi are not going to die off. They're just going to change. They're going to evolve. So, in a sense, Rey is going to start a new order, and they're not going to be called the Jedi. They're going to be called something else. And I think what's going to happen is either Ben Solo's going to come back to that side and help Rey in this journey, or vice versa. But at this moment, it's pretty much up in the air. But I do feel that what's going on between these two characters as far as relationships go, that it's going to end up one way or the other. That they're going to end up together or in some weird fashion, or it's going to cause more of a conflict between Rey and Ben, because you can clearly see that when Ben Solo reaches his hand out to get Rey to come to him, like after he killed Snoke and after they fought off the guys in red armor. I'm sorry, I don't know those guys in the red armor. I don't know what they're called. The Imperial Guard, I guess. After they fought off the Imperial Guard, and Ben Solo basically takes the First Order for himself as the Emperor, and he puts his hand out and it says, "Come with me." You can see the hesitation on her face. She's actually tempted to go with Ben Solo. And I don't think it's because she feels that the First Order is the right decision. I think it's because she's starting to develop feelings for Ben Solo. That is where they're going with this story arc. And it's going to play out in Episode 9. And I'm kind of surprised, as I said, why no one's really talking about this. Because it seems a very pivotal role. And it should be talked about because it is going to play a major role in Episode 9. So, anyways, guys, that's all I had to say. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you think. I gotta go. This is Matthew Scooby. Thanks for watching.